Wendy Williams just set the internet on fire again by reopening the Bieber marriage drama. Apparently, Justin did.
And they're also saying that the reason that they want to get married so quickly, the set-siders, is that they want to have a baby.
Something absolutely wild the night before he tied the knot with Hailey. But here's the real kicker that's got fans spiraling. Justin's own words. A clip resurfaced recently where he straight up admitted that his marriage felt arranged and actually blamed it on their Christian family setting everything up. Yup, he called it an arranged marriage. With Wendy's bold takes and Justin spilling his own tea, everyone's now left wondering what went down the night before the wedding. Let's dive in and break it all down. Now, Wendy Williams really came in hot on Justin and Hailey's marriage. Back in 2018, the internet pretty much exploded when Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin went from "are they or aren't they" to full-blown married in what felt like the blink of an eye. The timeline? Whiplash. They rekindled their romance in June 2018, got engaged in July, and were legally married by September. I mean, talk about moving at light speed.
Come back to the picture. I'm very disgusted with you. You. Most of you.
And one person who wasn't holding back on this whirlwind marriage was none other than the queen of hot takes, Wendy Williams. On her iconic talk show in September 2000.
Justin Bieber, okay, so Justin Bieber, who's 24, and Hailey Baldwin, who's 21, they say they may or may not be married. Now, you know, this is a Baldwin of the Baldwin dynasty, and Justin Bieber, though he's only 24, he's been through a lot in his life. He's turned his life over to all kinds of religious stuff, which is apparently very good for him.
18, Wendy went off with some of the spiciest takes about Justin and Hailey's rush to the altar. The whole internet was in absolute chaos after Wendy spilled all the tea about the couple's shocking decision to tie the knot. Let's check out the receipts on what really went down when Wendy decided to spill the real tea. Wendy kicked off her Hot Topic segment with zero chill, making it crystal clear she was not vibing with Justin and Hailey's marriage. She honed in on the fact that Justin was only 24 and Hailey was just 21 when they decided to say, "I do." I mean, can we talk about the timeline for a second? These two were basically babies when they walked down the aisle, and Wendy wasn't having it. She straight up called out the fact that they were way too young to be making such a huge life decision. I mean, really? 21 and 24? Wendy had all the questions, and she wasn't holding back. Wendy Williams continued her fiery rant, breaking down the entire marriage in the most Wendy way possible. According to People magazine, aka the holy grail of celebrity gossip, Justin and Hailey had a courthouse wedding in NYC but were supposedly planning to do a big religious ceremony with a lavish party later. But here's the tea that really got the internet talking. Wendy dropped a major bombshell about their bank accounts. And trust me, it's messy. So, get this. Justin Bieber was sitting pretty with a casual $265 million, while Hailey's net worth was a measly $2 million. And the kicker? Wendy claimed there was no prenup. None. That's right, no prenup to protect Justin's massive fortune. And of course, Wendy couldn't resist throwing in the shade. But in the name of religion, I guess it's all good, she quipped, dripping in sarcasm. The audience ate it up, and it was giving main character energy as Wendy suggested that the couple's God-Girl Summer vibes were clouding their judgment, specifically when it came to something as basic as protecting their assets. But wait, there's more. Wendy then dragged Hailey's dad, actor Stephen Baldwin, for letting his 21-year-old daughter walk down the aisle like it was nothing. She went full mama bear, saying, "Shame on you, Stephen Baldwin, for co-signing on your 21-year-old daughter getting married." She was not here for it, calling out the fact that 21 is just too young to get hitched in today's world, no matter what the circumstances were. Wendy went on, "If my son told me he was in love and wanted to get married at 21, I'd be like, 'Are you serious? Oh, no, you don't. Who's this girl? Who are her parents?'" The crowd was all claps, and Wendy was having none of it. She also suggested that Hailey's relationship with Justin was more about the come-up than anything else. Wendy spilled the tea, saying, "The biggest thing that's happened to her is that she's with Bieber now. Do you understand? She even shaded Hailey's family, implying that their connection to Justin's $250 million was the best thing to happen to them in years. But don't get it twisted, Hailey's pretty. But Wendy wasn't buying into the fairy tale. Wendy even took it a step further with a live poll, asking her audience, "Is 21 too young to get married?" The crowd was like, period, and even extended that energy to Justin, saying he was too young, at 24, to be tied down. Wendy was not here for this rushed wedding or anyone trying to build a life before living their youth. And then, just when you thought it couldn't get spicier, Wendy dropped the real tea. She revealed what she'd heard about why Justin and Hailey were rushing to the altar. According to Wendy, they wanted to get married quickly so they could have a baby, and of course avoid that out-of-wedlock drama. Wendy gave them credit for wanting to do it within marriage, but then went right back into her tough love bag. She said they should enjoy life, enjoy being young and rich before rushing into parenthood. Wendy's hot takes spread like wildfire, with headlines everywhere, and she even suggested the marriage wouldn't last longer than a TikTok trend. She threw shade, saying Justin would probably be doing a drive-by at Selena's right after the honeymoon. Ouch. A pretty obvious reference to Justin's famous ex, Selena Gomez, and fans ate it up. But Wendy didn't stop there. By 2019, as Justin began talking openly about his mental health struggles, Wendy's comments took a dark turn. In the Daily Star, she got slammed for urging Hailey to divorce Justin because of his mental health issues, saying, "I think I'd want to divorce him in the name of love and friendship." That didn't exactly sit well with mental health professionals, to say the least. Mind coach Anna Williamson came for Wendy Williams with all the smoke, calling out her shocking comments and reminding everyone that marriage is supposed to be a through thick and thin thing. The backlash was intense, with many people calling it problematic to suggest that Justin and Hailey should just throw in the towel over mental health struggles, especially since they had barely been married for a hot second when Wendy started talking about divorce. But despite all the hot takes and predictions from critics like Wendy, Justin and Hailey have proved them all wrong. Fast forward to April 2025. They're still going strong, and, plot twist, they just welcomed a little believer into the world. But, of course, tabloids are still pushing that trouble in paradise narrative, keeping the gossip machine running on full throttle. Justin's alleged commitment issues, the so-called wedding jitters, the usual drama. But here's the kicker. Despite everything, Justin's actually been surprisingly open about all the doubts and fears that ran through his mind before proposing. In January 2020, during an Ellen sit-down, back when the show was still a thing, Justin opened up in a way that felt real and relatable, especially for someone with his level of fame. He admitted he was more nervous about committing than he was about Hailey saying yes. Here's the tea. I was extremely nervous. I wasn't really nervous about her saying yes, but I was more nervous about, am I going to make this commitment? Am I able to honor, what I say? Because that's a serious commitment when you say you're going to love someone for better or worse. This wasn't just a, will she say yes, situation. It was deeper. Justin was questioning whether he was even capable of being a faithful husband. That kind of self-awareness is rare in Hollywood, especially from someone like Justin Bieber. But honestly, it kind of shows that maybe he grew up a bit more than Wendy gave him credit for in those scorching hot takes. Justin then broke down how he finally made the decision. I'm going to make the decision and follow through with it. Be a husband. This is what I've always wanted. And boom, just like that, he was all in. According to Business Insider's coverage of the interview, this wasn't just pre-wedding jitters. These were legit concerns about his ability to stay committed, especially when you consider his past relationships and the temptations that come with being one of the biggest pop stars on the planet. But just when we thought the emotional roller coaster couldn't go any higher, in a February 2019 Vogue cover story, Justin dropped yet another bombshell about his trust issues with Hailey. He admitted, "It's been difficult for me even to trust Hailey." Yeah, you read that right. The trust issues stemmed from his messy romantic past, which included his years-long on-again, off-again roller coaster with Selena Gomez. That relationship definitely left scars, and not just on Justin. This baggage made it even harder for him to fully commit to Hailey when they reconnected. Hailey kept it 100 about married life in the same interview. She dropped the truth bomb that marriage is hard. Real hard. She said, "It's really effing hard. No fairy tale propaganda here. No filters, no fluff, just two young celebs telling it like it is. Marriage isn't just about cute Instagram photos and matching outfits. It's about work." And Justin's trust issues weren't helping. It wasn't just Justin's past with Selena that was haunting their relationship. It was the fact that Justin and Hailey had their own complicated history. They dated from 2014 to 2016, had a messy breakup, and then got back together in 2018. They went from zero to married faster than a TikTok dance trend, and people were still questioning if this was all a rushed decision. But here's the plot twist. In a March 2020 Ellen interview, this time with Demi Lovato as guest host, Justin dropped a bomb that made the internet explode. He made a joke about his marriage to Hailey being arranged. "Yeah," he said, "I think it was an arranged marriage. They set this whole thing up. It was obviously a joke, but as always, the internet couldn't let it go. Fans immediately ran wild with theories, like an entire Her Campus deep dive into the possible truth behind his comments. TikTok was lit, making conspiracy theories about whether Justin's arranged marriage remark was actually the truth. Let's clear this up, though. While Justin and Hailey's first meeting in 2009 was at a Today Show taping, thanks to Hailey's dad, Stephen Baldwin, it wasn't an arranged marriage situation. They were literal kids. Justin was 15, Hailey was 13. Their relationship didn't actually kick off until 2014 when they reconnected at church. Very on-brand for them. They had their It's Complicated phase, broke up in 2016, then got back together in 2018 and married by September. Despite Justin's joke about their marriage being arranged, credible sources confirmed that their relationship was based on love, not some weird family matchmaking situation. In fact, Hailey herself joked about their first meeting on The Tonight Show, saying it felt like an arranged marriage vibe, but she wasn't serious. And even though Justin's arranged marriage comment went viral, Hailey made it clear that their shared faith is what binds them. In a 2020 Elle interview, she said, "Being able to share that with each other, to have that bond of faith and spirituality, is so critical for us." Fast forward to today, and Justin and Hailey have faced their struggles but are still together, stronger than ever. They've even been open about going to couples therapy, helping them work through their issues instead of bailing when things got tough. They're not just letting the drama get in the way. They've built a real foundation, and with their first child, a son named Jack Blues Bieber, born in August 2024, they're kicking off a new chapter in their love story. Almost 6 years after they said "I do," Justin and Hailey Bieber are still proving the naysayers wrong. Remember when everyone was obsessed with the idea that they rushed to the altar to start a family? Well, that narrative hasn't aged well. The internet loves to speculate, and boy, does it never forget. Despite their long-lasting marriage, Justin and Hailey's relationship continues to face the kind of scrutiny that would make even the most seasoned influencers sweat. It's the kind of attention that makes you question if any couple is ever truly safe from the claws of online judgment. The we obsession is real, and it's not going anywhere. Even though they've been married for over 6 years now, people can't seem to let go of the drama surrounding their relationship, still stuck in that never-ending Justin, Selena, Hailey love triangle. The internet's fascination with this trio has become a full-on phenomenon, with fans analyzing every social media post, creating elaborate conspiracy theories about every eyebrow raise or cryptic caption. And let's talk about the never-ending fan feud between Hailey and Selena Gomez. It's like a soap opera that just won't end. CNN's deep dive into the saga revealed that Hailey's been dealing with some seriously toxic levels of hate from Selena's fans, affectionately known as Selenators, ever since she slid that ring onto Justin's finger in 2018. It's like the world went into overdrive after Justin's messy love life and Hailey's entrance onto the scene. Fans crafted their own version of events, creating a narrative of rivalry and bitterness that the internet just keeps feeding into. It's like the drama never stops. For example, back in March 2025, TikTok creator Courtney Presto caused an absolute meltdown when she accused Hailey of liking a video that dragged Selena and her fiancé Benny Blanco for their Interview magazine photo shoot. It was a viral firestorm. According to People magazine, Courtney claimed Hailey herself liked her TikTok, which was shady towards Selena. This was the kind of gossip that got fans in a frenzy, thinking the drama was alive and well. But Hailey's team quickly shut down the rumor, calling it exactly what it was: a clout chase from a content creator. Still, the damage was done. The gossip machine never stops. A mere TikTok-like led to days of speculation. But that wasn't the end of the drama. In April 2025, things really took a turn. Justin posted a meme on his Instagram story featuring Gollum from Lord of the Rings clutching a ring with the caption, "Girls on social media when they get engaged. Cue the internet detectives." Fans instantly linked it to Selena, who had announced her engagement to Benny Blanco in December 2024. As BuzzFeed reported, social media was on fire with fans accusing Justin of throwing shade at his ex, with comments like, "Nah, the ring one has to be about Selena." And, of course, Justin never confirmed or denied any of these theories, sending the entire internet into a spiral of did he or didn't he. The plot thickened even more on April 6, 2025, when a fan account on X, formerly Twitter, claimed that Justin had liked, and then unliked, a photo of Selena and Benny kissing. It sent shockwaves through the media, but without any hard evidence. It became just another rumor circulating through the social media echo chamber. No receipts, just pure speculation. It was like the perfect storm, a he said, she said moment with zero facts to back it up. This kind of toxic analysis is creating a brutal environment for all three stars. And though they've all tried to shut down these rumors, the internet refuses to quit. Hailey and Selena have both addressed the toxicity directly. In March 2023, Selena stepped up on Instagram, addressing the constant hate Hailey had been getting, especially after reports surfaced of death threats targeting Hailey. She didn't hold back. Selena wrote, "This isn't what I stand for. No one should have to experience hate or bullying. I've always advocated for kindness, and I really want this all to stop." Hailey responded with gratitude, thanking Selena for her words and expressing a desire to move past all the drama. It was a rare moment of public civility in a sea of relentless online battles. Yet even after both stars tried to call for peace, the internet's obsession with the feud lives on. Why? Because this is the internet. And once a narrative takes root, it's nearly impossible to bury. This isn't just about Justin and Hailey anymore. It's become about the public's need to insert themselves into a story that's entirely beyond their control. Fans, tabloids, and conspiracy theorists have made this love triangle into an ever-evolving narrative that keeps giving. Despite the public's obsession with Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin's relationship, some things just won't die. One of the most toxic aspects of their marriage has been the constant rumor mill fueled by the lingering feud narrative between Hailey and Selena Gomez. It's been a roller coaster of speculation, back and forth, and social media wars, with no end in sight. Here's a look at how the drama has played out, and the toll it's taken on Hailey. In June 2023, Hailey took to Instagram to beg her followers to stop leaving hateful comments on Selena's posts. She wrote a heartfelt message to her fans. "If you're leaving mean or rude comments on my behalf on anyone's posts, just know that I don't want that. nor do I ever or will I ever support or condone hateful, mean, or nasty comments. Doing that is not supporting me. If you are participating in that, you are a part of a culture that I want no part of. Please be nice or don't say anything." That statement was a direct appeal to end the hatred, but it seemed to fall on deaf ears. Then, in September 2022, Hailey did the unthinkable. She appeared on Call Her Daddy with Alex Cooper and dropped a major bombshell. Hailey declared that she and Selena were on good terms, and it was all love between them. Boom. The internet went into overdrive. But the real shocker came later that year when the two women posed together at the Academy Museum Gala in Los Angeles. Fans nearly lost their minds when they realized Hailey and Selena were actually vibing with each other. But, as with any feel-good moment, it didn't last long. Despite their attempts to squash the rumors, the feud still lived on, like an old ghost haunting the halls of social media. The situation got even more complicated, with Hailey opening up about the toll it was taking on her. In interviews, she called the feud narrative dangerous and twisted, acknowledging the emotional strain it was causing. And as the drama raged on, Hailey reportedly started exploring legal action against internet trolls who were spreading fake news and fueling the fire. Daily Mail and TMZ reported that she had even consulted with attorney Lisa Moore, a defamation specialist who famously won a $4 million lawsuit for Cardi B. This was no longer just about feelings. It was about taking back control. But let's not forget about the other half of this complicated love triangle, Justin Bieber and his past with Selena. The Jelena era, which spanned from 2010 to 2018, was essentially the millennial and Gen Z version of a royal romance. It was the celebrity relationship everyone followed, obsessively documented in media, immortalized in their music. Songs like Selena's "Lose You to Love Me" and Justin's "Sorry" became anthems of their tumultuous relationship, leaving fans wondering what might have been. When Selena and Benny Blanco got engaged in December 2024, it reignited the drama in the fandom. Justin, although happily married to Hailey, reportedly felt a brief sting when he heard about Selena's engagement.